We're going.
Thanks to roadside assistance, most of us will probably never need to change a tire ourselves. After all, it is easier to just dial the cell phone for help. In most cases, hiring a professional can be somewhat expensive, so it would be beneficial for each of us to know how to safely and effectively change a tire. You do not need a professional to change a tire. You could probably change it yourself in less time than it takes an assistant to drive. Today I will be discussing how to properly change a tire and the tools needed. Most of the tools you'll need are already in your car. These tools include a jack, a lug wrench, and a spare tire. Jacks come in several varieties, like scissor jacks, floor jack, bottle jacks, and bumper jacks. How it works explains how scissor jacks is the most common type of jack to use. They also tell us that bottle jacks are more powerful but less compact. A lug wrench is a type of socket wrench used to loosen and tighten the lug nuts on a car's wheel. Lug wrenches may be L-shaped or X-shaped. Spare tires are either full-size or temporary. Full-size spare tires are usually the same size as other tires on the vehicle. Full-size spare tires are heavy and big, but they offer more advantages and safety. A temporary spare tire, or a donut, are most common used ones. Temporary spares are easier to store and manage. However, they are generally less safe. In addition to these tools, a flashlight, gloves, and a fluorescent jacket can be useful as well. Before taking off a tire, you should prepare your car. First, park your car as far away from traffic as possible. The ideal surface you would want to be is flat. Next, you would want to apply the parking brake and make sure your car is on park. You should also turn on your hazard lights. Once you have all these tools ready and a spare tire, you can start taking the tire off. First, you will need to position your jack. The jack needs to rise the tire. Make sure it's positioned properly. This picture shows where to position the jacks and the different types of jacks used. According to, now you are going to take off the hubcap and loosen the nuts, lug nuts. According to Popular Mechanics, lubricating the lug nuts makes it much easier to take off. When all the lug nuts are loose, pump or crank the jack to lift the flat tire off the ground, just like that. Once the tire is completely off the ground, you can finish taking off the lug nuts, then remove the tire. Now that the flat tire is off, you're going to want to put the spare tire on. Glide the spare tire onto the tire bolts, pushing it back as far as it can go. Put the lug nuts back on the tire bolts in alternating star pattern and tighten them with your hands as much as you can. So these are the different types of star pattern thing. Yeah. Slowly lower the vehicle, just so it's slightly touching the ground. You don't want to put all the weight on the tire just yet. Now we fully tighten the lug nuts in alternating star pattern with the lug wrench. Put the hubcap back on, then lower the car all the way down and remove the jack. E-Shark suggests to drive slower than normal and immediately head to a tire dealership or repair shop to find a replacement tire. In conclusion, changing a tire is not as bad as we think. You just need to have the right tools and know the proper steps. There is no need to pay a professional when you could do it yourself. Thank you for your time.